Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
And remember, the folks in Texas have already been hit by 2 tropical cyclones this season. Here's a look at our beaches. And the rains at least have been holding down the afternoon highs, but that doesn't mean the oceans have cooled much. Still pretty warm out there, 82 to 84 degrees. The Gulf of Mexico is even warmer. And remember, heat is a measure of potential energy, and that heat is feeding Francine. So let's go to Francine. It looks like Francine is going to come ashore just a little farther east of what was forecast yesterday. So that means New Orleans, obviously a big population center, now under a hurricane watch. Looks like the worst of the weather, though, and I'm showing you a Category 1, but it looks like Francine will develop pretty quickly tonight. Maybe even briefly we would officially call it a rapid intensifier. So it's going to come ashore at least as a strong Category 1. Can't rule out a Category 2, which would mean winds closer to about 100 miles per hour and a storm surge closer to 10 feet. If you have loved ones out there, or maybe you're going to be doing some traveling, it looks like the worst of the weather. That is the heaviest rains, the highest potential for wind damage, and a storm surge will be basically the Vermilion Bay area to about Grand Isle. But again, this hurricane, the eye wall, will probably hit at least western portions of the New Orleans suburbs. All of New Orleans will be hit. So they're going to still have a pretty significant event. And notice now the tropical storm warnings go all the way to the Alabama, Florida, Georgia. So even the Florida Panhandle tomorrow will have some wind gusts occasionally up to about 40 miles per hour. And then in about 36 hours, this system, Francine, will be much weaker, but then it's going to be a flood maker. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but let's come back home and talk about what's happening here. So yesterday, late in the day, the showers tapered off as our wet front that now we've been dealing with for 8 days settled to the south. But we mentioned yesterday that as Francine heads north, and again, we'll come ashore well to the west of us, but as Francine heads north, then the wet front coming north. And already we're beginning to see the increase of winds. We're getting some gusts to about 30 miles per hour all the way to NAS Jacks off the ocean, and that's beginning to again pick up the showers. And then as the front heads north and oscillates right over us tomorrow and on Thursday, we're going to have widespread rain. Some of the rain will be heavy. I don't have to tell you that, well, the drainage ditches are full, the retention ponds are full, the creeks are full, the river connected to the ocean and all its creeks are pretty high. So any additional rain will cause some street flooding. So keep that in mind from pre-sunrise tomorrow through sunset and maybe all the way to midnight. If anybody is fortunate enough to do some salt life action, and you can decide what that is going to be for you, just know there will be some squalls coming ashore anytime during the day, and they're going to start pretty early. Thursday might be another weather impact day. At the very least, I would plan on heavy showers around on Thursday. On to Friday. I don't think Friday will be as wet all day long. But of course, Friday for many folks is football Friday evening. That is high school, and it looks like the highest risk of heavy rain will be in the form of thunderstorms, so that means lightning, and that would be late Friday into Friday evening. So it could be yet another very messy Friday evening because there might be lightning. We can't rule out the fact that there might be some delays. Over the weekend, I'm again going to use the term lull. So compared to what's going to happen over the next 3 days, I think over the weekend will be an improvement there, but there will still be showers around, impacting 40% of us on Saturday, 40% of us on Sunday. It's beginning to look like, after a bit of an increase in showers on Monday, that some of the really wet weather that we've been having will lift northward to the Carolinas. Now, that would be good news for us. Not a given yet. We'll keep you updated.